That's the last of the investigators. All right, let's get started.
One journey will end in purgatory, but let us pray that they who travel the depths of hell will this time reach paradise.
This is the next one.
No, not this one. Close, but not quite.
Well, sir?
Let me see that.
Are you sure that this is the one, sir?
Yeah. Thanks. Good to see you again. Forgive me for what I'm about to do.
You okay? Get yourself together! Cover me!
You're the key to everything.
Signal acquired. Collecting the package.
This is practically an obsession with you.
Soon, you'll have faith in this one, too. This soldier is the traveler we've been waiting for. The one who will bear the punishment for our having strayed from the paths of righteousness.
You do like your poetic turns of phrase, don't you? But I'm not in the mood for them. I'll get straight to the point. I read the report. This one's infected.
Yes. Which is what put the subject in suspended animation. But it won't be long before that ends.
And then a threat to mankind becomes reality.
That won't be the case.
Why not?
I told you, this soldier is a traveler. A traveler who is going to enter the gates of hell for us.
What a ridiculous... Are you serious? After how long it's been since we've heard from the Corps? With the energy we have left, we don't even know if anyone we send would make it through. And you want to risk the fate of the section on this? An infected?
That is why this one is the perfect candidate. This soldier cannot live in our world anymore. To put it another way, no one is more qualified to carry out a mission on the other side. Am I wrong? There's one other advantage that no one else has. Look at the left arm.
It's just an arm.
That arm was lost 6 months ago when it was severed.
What?
And yet, it regenerated. A result of the infection-stimulating tissue growth. Nothing we haven't seen before. Except this time, we're talking about human tissue. Evidence of remarkable adaptation against the infection. With the dead running rampant on the other side, this one is more than capable of responding to the threats there. 1943, Philadelphia. Teleportation. That experiment gave us our first glimpse of the future. Now this soldier can give us everything we've been after ever since.
All we've done is continue to fail, including 6 months ago. We cannot take a chance on ideas with no basis in reality.
There is a basis for this. Those who have descended to hell are able to see further than others, Gruen.
Another one of your prophecies. Enough of that nonsense.
My proposal will bring glory to the section and to you. You intend to use this one as a test subject in the future, don't you? But any result of those efforts would be trivial. If this mission succeeds, the rewards will be immeasurable. Think of the research and how it's stagnated. Better yet, this could lead directly to the power that unites the world.
I'll get the section on board. After all, you acting on your own authority would be unforgivable. I'll give you instructions in due course. Until then, do not take matters into your own hands.
Don't take matters into my own hands, huh? How blissfully unaware they are. The future is in my hands. Standing in Dite, the world beyond the wormholes. Abandon all hope from here on, not to mention fear and doubt. Your Beatrice is waiting up ahead. Better get going. As I mentioned in the briefing, first order of business is to head for base camp.
Don't move! Hands up! Back away from him! Your gear? A Mother Base survivor? Hey, you okay? What did you do to him?
of yours rubs off on me. I just had to shoot my brothers. I'm not gonna die here, that's for sure. I've got a long list of questions for you. What are those things? Where are we? What happened to my unit? Tell me.
I'll answer your questions.
Who are you?
The man you're talking to. If you need a name, call me Good Luck. And you? What do I call you?
Name's Reeve.
Of course.
What's so funny?
Nothing, forget it. Now, as promised, let me answer your other questions. The monsters you encountered are called Wanderers. I'll spare you the details, but they were once human like you and I, until they were infected by some unknown life form, which turned them into what you saw. And you were in a world destroyed by Wanderers. Welcome to Dite. It exists in a dimension separate from your own.
Unknown life form? Separate dimension? What kind of shit are you trying to pull?
This is no joke. Whether you believe me or not, look around you. Clearly you realize the predicament you're in. Which brings me to this. I want to give you an opportunity. Work with us. Do that, and I'll make sure you have a ticket out of there. We're your only lifeline. Surely you're not gonna turn that down.
When this is over, I'm gonna send you to hell myself.
I like that answer. Now, as before, head through those ruins to base camp. How you go about that is up to you and the captain.
Captain? You mean this clown?
You have an objection? We're the ones who went there to complete a mission in the first place. I didn't think you would have a problem taking orders from someone else.
All right, whatever. Okay, I've got an idea. Like Good Luck said, we need to head to this base camp. But we have to make sure we don't bring any of those things with us. Luckily, I have some C4 an engineer in my unit was carrying. More than enough to bring this place down. I'll go plant the C4. Meanwhile, you get on out of here and secure our escape route. All right, let's get this show on the road. And don't you run off without me, Captain.
Another Wanderer. Avoid all unnecessary combat. This is Reeve. The C4 is planted. Making my way out now.
All right. Revival went A-okay. I know you've just woken up and you're probably wondering what the hell's going on, but we're short on time. I'll give you the gist of things while we wait for the wormhole digger to finish starting up. Okay, so basically, I'm going to be sending you to another dimension. Yeah, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but I haven't got time to answer them. Just listen to me. Take a look at this photo. 1968, South Vietnam. It was taken in a town in the north by a journalist accompanying American forces. He took it right before he was killed. Killed by the thing in this photo. And that thing used to be human. Don't believe me? In the section, we have a name for humans that have turned into these monsters. We call them wanderers. They get infected by this life form we've yet to fully understand. And they end up like that. Wanderers are extremely ferocious. They attack anyone they see indiscriminately. But the worst part is, even when you destroy a wanderer, the life form that infected the person doesn't die. If we don't do something about them, before we know it, there will be enough of them to destroy the human race. Fortunately for us, back then they appeared in a part of Vietnam where American forces were fighting. That meant we were able to send in a team, in amongst our boys, to wipe them out fast. We got every last one of them. We made the operation look like one of the massacres that occurred throughout the country. Of course, there's a reason the section was able to detect their presence. We've known about this life form for decades now, and about the world it comes from. While it looks a lot like ours, it's populated by wanderers. It's like a vision of hell. We at Wardenclyffe section first observed a wormhole to this other world about 30 years ago. We've studied them ever since. The reason being, we can extract energy from wanderers. We call it Kuban energy. We're talking about a massive energy source. One that could very well shift the balance of power in the world. As you know, 6 months ago, an enormous wormhole appeared over Mother Base when XOF attacked you. That event enabled us to obtain the coordinates of their world. So for the first time since our research began, we sent out a manned expedition team, the Quedaron Corps. But we lost all contact with the Corps a while back. Our assumption is they're all dead. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, recover the research data the Quedaron Corps left behind and gather Kuban energy. Second, rescue any Corps survivors you come across. I'm aware that ideally we'd be sending a team that's fully equipped for this kind of mission, but there's no time for that. Not with the hounds of hell after us. Plus, with the energy we have at the moment, the wormhole will only be able to transport one person. You'd rather sit this one out? Sorry, but you don't get a choice. The reason being, you're already infected with that life form I was telling you about. And if you don't want to turn into one of those things, you better do what I tell you. The Quedaron Corps' research data should include information on a way to prevent a person from turning into a wanderer. Looks like the digger's ready. When you arrive on the other side, start by heading for the base camp that the Corps used. I'll be issuing all instructions by radio. Guess I'll see you in hell. Good luck, Captain.
Looks like you lost them. That's base camp you can see from there. Make your way to its location.
I'm all right. I can make it on my own.
Life forms detected. Waking from emergency sleep mode. Rebooting. Standalone Operational Support Program, Virgil AT-9, reboot complete. It has been 34 days, 9 hours, 12 minutes, and 2 seconds. Commencing debrief.
Take a closer look. They aren't with the Karen Corps.
I detect a device on you. Connect it to me. Line of communications with section authenticated.
Personal data acquired. Welcome aboard Karen's boat, Captain.
Why don't I begin by introducing myself? I am Standalone Operational Support Program, Virgil AT-9. It's nice to meet you.
Monsters, now talking machine.
No need to be surprised. She was originally the Karen Corps support AI. They were scheduled to rendezvous there.
Internal database voice print match. It's been a long time, good luck.
It sure has, Virgil. Sorry to spring this on you so soon, but I'd like to give you a new mission. You can find the details in the captain's device. Well, this was unexpected. The wormhole's closing as I speak. Probably have to plan to thanks for this. Virgil, you take over as the captain's mission support. I'm counting on you.
Good luck's gotta go dark. Hope we'll be all right.
Do not worry. I will assume the role of the captain's mission support.
We've downloaded mission information from the device you connected. Our support systems are already up and running. According to this information, the Karen Corps has already ceased its activities.
The captain's mission is to recover the Corps' data and gather Kuban energy. The mission also includes exploring Dite and rescuing any survivors. Is this correct?
So, the two of you are talking to each other. What's the deal with that? There's some reason there are two of you?
That reason is unknown. Originally, when I was participating in the Karen Corps' operations, he didn't exist. What I deduce from this is he is a personality created out of necessity amid the unforeseen situation that forced me to enter emergency sleep mode.
And what might that unforeseen situation be?
Unknown. When it occurred, all data I acquired while supporting the Corps was lost.
And what exactly do you know?
We're AIs designed to offer special operations support. I imagine we'll be able to provide you and the captain with valuable information.
All right, so why don't you start being useful? I don't know the first thing about this place, or the monsters here. Tell us everything you know.
This world is located on the other end of a wormhole, or a distortion in space-time. For convenience, we call this world Dite. We've learned in the course of our investigation that Dite's environment is very similar to that of Earth.
However, it is decisively different from Earth in factors such as the presence of wanderers and the dust.
Dust?
The dust is a mist-like substance made up of micro-sized particles of unknown composition. It covers the greater part of Dite. It is extremely toxic to humans, and without some form of countermeasure, a person cannot operate within it unimpeded.
How do we get back to our world?
There is a way, though this is not currently possible.
Why not?
To return home, we need to activate a device called the Digger, which is capable of generating large wormholes. However, we lack the data to do this.
The Karen Corps intended to use the Digger to return home, so it's highly likely that the data you will recover will describe how to activate it.
Looks like my only way out of here is to help you with this mission. Let's split up to look. Just need to find this Corps' data.
If I may be so forward, the captain should probably be the one doing the searching. Mr. Reeve, sir, I detect in you localized hyperthermia, most likely caused by severe inflammation. I do not recommend staying on your feet for too long.
You can read me like a book, huh?
Well, I think we have a plan. Let's get started right away. It's going to be a long road, but remember, Captain, a journey of 1,000 miles wasn't built in a day.
I think the expression is either a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or Rome wasn't built in a day, isn't it?
Is that so?
Sorry, Captain. Looks like the accident did a number on her bits and bytes.
Data acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. Return to base camp. The data on the memory board you obtained becomes available to us when you connect the board to us. Let's go ahead and take a look at the data on it. Analysis complete. The board contains research data on Dite, primarily on Wanderers and Kuban energy, as well as operational records. You can examine the details on your device.
So that's part one of the captain's mission in the bag.
No, the data that was recovered is only part of the entire record. To recover all of the data, further expeditions will be required. But on these expeditions, please be ever more careful. This world may be home to threats even greater than those we are aware of.
For a machine, you're pretty damn vague. Did you learn anything from this data you got?
After connecting with the memory board, part of our internal memory was restored. According to this data, the Karen Corps was more than equipped to handle the Wanderers.
Then how'd the unit get wiped out?
Unknown. The data we recovered didn't shed any light on this.
With more data, our memory may be fully restored. Continue your searches. We must find out what happened to the Corps.
Data acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. With this memory board data, another phase of my memory restoration is complete. You can now craft an air tank. You've prepared an air tank. You can now enter the dust. You've entered the dust. Data acquired from memory board. I will analyze it. Return to base camp. Captain, there is one item to report. Regarding the latest recovery...
Hang on a minute, you mind? There's something I've been thinking about. The body of that Quedaron Corps member. The one you got the damaged air tank from. He'd been shot. Needless to say, we haven't seen any wanderers with guns. Meaning, he had to have been killed by a person, right? What's that all about?
That is unclear. All we can say is that if people are killing each other here, that is an illogical thing to do.
My point is, these incidents don't make sense. If my theory is correct... forget it. Sorry for butting in. Continue with what you were gonna say.
Getting back to the report, Captain. The data you recovered revealed the location of a wormhole transporter. Wormhole transporters are devices utilizing wormhole technology, which enable instant transportation between two distant points.
2 points. So we can use this thing to get home?
Unfortunately, the wormhole we can generate with this device is structurally different from the one needed to return home. Therefore, it can only be used for transporting matter within this world. Nevertheless, this device should allow us to explore a much greater area than before, while maintaining base camp as our base of operations.
Currently, all devices are offline. To use them, you'll need to access them directly and restart their systems. Despite the potential danger, we should bring these devices back online in order to increase our area of operations. The enemy has been drawn to the energy surge. Defend the transporter until the reactivation process is complete. With the transporter reactivated, you can now move more quickly and safely. Should you discover other transporters during your searches, I recommend reactivating them as well.
Teleportation of matter. I would have thought this kind of technology exists. But now that I've seen this, I know I'm right.
Right about what?
How a group like the Quedaron Corps, who were this advanced, got wiped out. It wasn't wanderers. It was people. Though whether it was some kind of internal conflict or an outside force, I don't know.
That is illogical. As we discussed before, in an environment such as Ditae's, there can be no advantage to humans working against one another.
After all, you and the captain were technically members of opposing forces. Yet here you are working together.
Yeah, well, people don't always do the smart thing. And I make no promises I won't shoot the captain in the back if I have to. Look, you just watch out. If we do come across survivors here, do not let your guard down. Same goes with me.
I detect a large mass within the wormhole. Object form analyzed. It's a military helicopter. Control has been lost. At this rate, it will crash. I've marked the presumed crash site on the map.
You might come across some supplies or even survivors. Why don't you go take a look?
Captain, go and investigate the helicopter crash site.
Wait, I'm against that. Say we're going to scavenge supplies. We should scope it out for a while before moving in, right?
Your proposal is extremely illogical. Taking into account crash trajectory, fuselage damage level, and other factors, the chances of survival currently stand at approximately 11.2%. This will decrease by 3% every hour. The sooner we check for survivors, the better.
Survivors are the problem. You feel like having this conversation again?
But securing personnel will be essential to completing the mission.
Well, I guess that's that. You're the captain. It's your call.
I have updated the situation report.
It's not that you don't raise a valid point, Mr. Reeve, but this is part of the mission. You should go and investigate the crash site.
Thank you. That helped.
What's your name?
Miranda. Oh. Yeah. I remember. It was just like any other night. I was out on a call with the doctor when we lost contact with the hospital. We drove back as fast as we could, but the hospital was on fire. And if that wasn't hard enough to believe, a moment later, there was a light in the sky. It sucked our ambulance into it with us in it. Somehow, we survived, but then the doctor started acting strangely. Saying it out loud, it all sounds so ridiculous. Like any of that actually happened, right?
No, what you experienced actually happened. I saw the same thing in the sky. And I was here, just like you.
Where is here?
They call it Dite. To put it simply, it's a world in another dimension. A world destroyed by some unknown parasite.
Wait, unknown parasite? So, when the doctor looked different and attacked me after we got here...
Yeah. We call humans that get infected by it wanderers.
And there's no cure?
Apparently not. Once you end up like that, you're just a living corpse. Only thing you can do for him is kill him. That goes for your friends, too.
You're sure about that? You guys don't look like doctors to me. Maybe a team of specialists could...
If anyone could have done something about this place would still be standing, wouldn't it?
Maybe they just lack certain advances in medicine. And like you said, they're still living. Perhaps if we try to communicate with them, with a little persistence, we can get through.
Look, your ridiculous theories are an insult to every one of them we've had to put down. Trying to take some moral high ground will do jack squat for you here. If you want to stay alive, keep quiet and do what we tell you.
Without morals, we're no different from them. Take off your shirt.
What?
You're injured, aren't you? Your breathing is off. You might have a fractured rib. I should take a look at you. What are you waiting for? If you want to stay alive, keep quiet and do what I tell you.
Approaching target. Continue to search the area. What is that? It doesn't match anything in my database.
Whatever it is, engaging it with your current armament would be extremely dangerous. We recommend you avoid contact with it and return to base camp.
The memory board you recovered contained data on that massive creature you encountered.
The Karen Corps called it the Lord of Dust.
The King of Monsters.
According to their records, several of their members were killed in its attacks.
But it's not all bad news. Other data in this memory board has enabled us to restore our large cargo recovery ability. We can now secure the wormhole digger.
The digger will enable us to generate a large wormhole, allowing us to contact Goodluck and...
Wait, why are we bothering with that? If we can open a wormhole, can't we just go home?
You could, but the captain's mission isn't
That settles it. Let's go get this digger.
The wormhole digger is located at...
Reeve, when we go back, you'll let the injured and the civilians go first, right?
You really need to ask me that? First, we gotta secure this thing. Virgil, where's it at? Virgil?
Oh, don't tell me. You're annoyed because you keep getting interrupted? Are you?
I am not easily annoyed.
We've marked the location of the digger on the map. Take a look.
Defend the transporter until the reactivation process is complete. I've confirmed that all of the digger's functions are operating normally. We can now generate a wormhole home.
Finally, we can kiss this dump goodbye.
You know, Reeve, you really think we should just leave like this?
What do you mean?
We can't be the only ones who've ended up here. We can go home any time now, right? So why don't we help the captain save as many people as we can first?
Look, I'm not some kind of charity worker here. I'll help out as long as there's a common mission. But once that's over, me and the captain are done. Tell me you understand that.
How can you be so...
The captain and I are more than capable of rescuing castaways ourselves. Please, feel free to return home if that's what you want.
Approaching. You just focus on defending base camp until the wormhole has stabilized. Wormhole digger has stopped. Failed to generate wormhole.
Why'd it stop?
Analysis reveals that there was insufficient energy to generate a wormhole. After recalculations following this failure, it has become clear that the energy from Kuban energy is not enough. To generate a wormhole home, we must obtain a higher purity crystallized energy, iris energy.
It appears as though the information on the wormhole digger stored in my internal database was tampered with.
Tampered with? Who would do something like that?
My money would be on good luck.
Who are you?
My name is Joseph Gruen. I'm in charge of the Dite research program. I'm communicating with you through the small wormhole you managed to open, though it probably won't stay open for long.
There is a discrepancy in your explanation. According to records, the project is led by none other than Goodluck, not you.
He's been relieved of duty. His repeated violation of orders and unilateral decisions, the upper echelon can no longer turn a blind eye. He is a brilliant man, and my friend. I have supported him to the best of my ability, but even I could not protect him in light of his sending an outsider to Dite. Such reckless behavior.
Reckless? So the captain's mission...
all Good Luck's doing. Our organization never sanctioned it. I imagine Good Luck wanted to use you to recover the Corps' data so that he could secure the technology for himself. But his plan failed. As of now, my job is to bring you back safe and sound.
Just a moment. The captain's mission file mentions securing data critical to the captain. I think the captain should stay behind until this objective is completed.
Critical data. Oh, the arm, I suppose. You needn't worry, Captain. Just another one of Good Luck's lies in his attempt to use you. You have the section's medical technology to thank for your recovery.
The arm?
Ah, yes, a personal matter. In any case, this was all a fantasy, driven by one man's selfish desires. I am truly sorry for what you've had to go through, Captain.
What about the remainder of the mission? Explore Dite and rescue any survivors of the Karen Corps.
Well, you are already there. There can be no doubt that the data the Corps acquired would be of great use to mankind. The section had been hoping to recover it. If you could continue with that part of the mission, however much you can do, it would be sincerely appreciated. Of course, I'm not trying to force you.
Let's do it, Captain. We should save as many people as we can.
Well, it looks like we're going to get cut off soon. I will do everything I can to ensure you make it home. I'm sending all data I have on the Corps over this line. We received it just before the Corps went silent. It's heavily corrupted. We can only make out bits and pieces, but if you go through it carefully, you may find information on singularities. That's where you can obtain iris energy. Take a look if you hit a dead end. I am praying for your success.
Measuring energy obtained. Energy level is at 60%. This is insufficient to generate a wormhole home.
Damn it.
You must be patient. After all, better to be safe than sound.
I think you're mixing your proverbs together?
We're analyzing the data we got from Mr. Gruen. It will take some time. We don't detect any other memory boards at the moment. Why don't you continue with the mission, as well as search for survivors as Miranda suggested?
After you headed out, we intercepted a radio transmission. As you can hear, nobody said a word. That's your typical distress call. I figure it's probably something like a transmitter left around by the Corps malfunctioned and broadcasted for a bit. But Miranda, she was convinced it was somebody calling for help. So she went out on her own. Damn, she's crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna go bring her back. If she got herself killed by a wanderer, it wouldn't be the biggest tragedy in my eyes, but what we don't want is her bringing any back with her. You might come across her while you're out there too. Try to keep an eye out.
Captain, I've marked the origin of the transmission on the map.
Despite what Mr. Reeves said, Miranda's medical expertise makes her an invaluable human resource. You should go rescue her.
Survivor detected. It's a child.
According to the Court of Ethical Conduct, the jury has unaccompanied minor supersedes all other considerations. Captain, leave Miranda to leave and rescue the target immediately.
Pay attention to your fluid intake. Being dehydrated will affect your physical abilities.
Kid. Looks like I was off the mark this time. Gotta hand it to you, Miranda. You were right. But do not do something like that again. Next time I won't come looking for you.
You don't have to tell me that. But, well, thanks for saving me.
Man. The world is just nuts. They're not like us. Grown-ups like us, we're punished for the sins we commit. But them, sometimes fate deals them a bad hand, and they're forced to live with that. One kid, he's born into a nice family in the US or wherever, grows up reading comics and eating pizza, while another, he's born in the middle of a civil war and gets handed an assault rifle for his 10th birthday. And what's the difference between them? Between them and this kid? They're all just kids. Kill a child and the future dies, if just a little, with him. Whoever this kid is, there's nothing he could have done to justify getting sent to this hellhole.
Reeve. Look, our little patient's awake. Hi, are you okay?
Am I dead? Is this heaven?
Wrong on both counts, I'm afraid. You're still alive, and this ain't close to heaven.
Yeah, I can believe that. Wouldn't expect monsters in heaven.
What's your name?
Chris.
Yeah? So, how'd you end up in a place like this, Chris? You don't want to answer? That's fine. Just remember this. This is not a dream. This is reality. And this place is crawling with those things. And if you don't want to see what heaven's really like, you're just gonna have to work with us. Got that?
My wheelchair.
What was that?
I don't have my wheelchair.
You use a wheelchair? All the more reason for us to work together, right?
Okay.
All right then. Welcome to D-Tech, Chris.
Objective complete. Please return at once.
Captain, we repaired the materials you brought back and took a shot at making a wheelchair. This kind of thing isn't my forte, but thanks to Reeves' help, we pulled it off. Maybe he's not such a bad guy after all, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna go give it to Chris. I hope he likes it. What do you think, Chris? I know it's not perfect, but...
No, it's fine. It's great, actually. Thank you.
Captain, pardon the interruption, but we have an update for you.
The data you recovered contained records of the Karen Corps, but there was no information related to singularities.
It looks as though we may have to rely on Mr. Gruen's data after all. We're still going through it, but we'll let you know when we're done.
How'd that wheelchair work out?
It's functioning with no issues whatsoever. Your proposal to craft a wheelchair was a good one.
What? You were the one who came up with the idea?
Damn it, Virgil, I told you to keep your mouth shut. Oh well. I do have another suggestion, though. We don't know how long it'll take to finish analyzing what we got from Gruen. So I was thinking we should set up an exploration team to help secure supplies.
Good idea. We'll get home sooner with the right people working in the right places. We've got Chris to think about, too. We need to do whatever it takes to get him out of here ASAP.
If you're going to be forming this team, I can help out with that.
Are you kidding me?
I'm serious. Of course I don't mean I'll be able to go out and look myself, but I can provide support. I took a look at Virgil's operating system. I noticed there are a bunch of features with limiters and locks on them. I won't be able to unlock everything at once, but I think I can bring the navigation features back online pretty quick.
If Chris can do this, you'll be able to set multiple navigation points at once. This would certainly be just what an exploration team would need.
Well, that'd be awesome, but... How'd you get so good with computers, Chris?
Well, programming gave me a world to explore, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I can understand that. Well, your contribution is invaluable around here. And now, thanks to you, our exploration team will be equipped for the job.
All right then. We're going to need a facility for the exploration team's activities. I leave that to you, Captain. It's going to take a little longer to finish going through Gruen's data. In the meantime, just a moment. I've intercepted a new radio transmission. Have a listen.
Anyone respond! Need some help here! Got these monsters on my ass!
Sounds like another castaway. Go and rescue him.
Thanks. Holy crap, that was a close one. Almost got eaten alive by those things. Seriously, thank you. I know you're not real, but I'll never forget you guys.
You know we're not real?
Because this is a dream, right? I get sucked into a light in the sky, drop to this godforsaken place, chased by monsters, I'm rescued, and this cutie in a nurse's uniform comes out to talk to me. I mean, what else could this be?
I can assure you, you are 100% awake, right?
Wow! Now this talking machine? Are you kidding me? This is the craziest dream ever!
I get it. This is all hard to believe, but it's not a dream. This place is full of those things, and we're trying to get back home. But you have got to wake up and start taking this seriously. You need to realize this is real, and it's a matter of life and death here.
Huh. Yeah? Well, dream or not, your boy Nicholas is here to help. If a member of the public's in trouble, they can always count on me.
Is he all right? Captain, with Nicholas and everyone else who's joined us, I think we should add some new teams. We've had to survive here a while now, and if we don't get anything out of Gruen's data, we could be here even longer. Given that possibility, we need sustainable systems for supplying food and medicine.
You mean like a food supply team and a medical team? That makes a lot of sense.
I can handle the medical side. I've been to a lot of conflict regions as a nurse. I've treated wounded soldiers before. The problem is provisions.
I'm your guy for that.
Nicholas?
Guess it might surprise you, but I know my way around a kitchen. In fact, had I not become a cop, I probably would have been a chef. I don't know what kind of ingredients we'll find here, but I'll do my best with what we have. Prepare to be amazed.
Captain, sorry to have kept you waiting so long. I finished analyzing the data we received from Gruen. The data that was usable contains a great deal of helpful information, including the location of singularities. As they say, good things come to those who wait for the other shoe to drop. Now, let's proceed with the dig.
That's good things come to those who wait, or wait for the other shoe to drop. And the latter doesn't even apply in this.
Let's proceed with the dig. I've marked the map with the location of the newly discovered singularity.
According to our projections, you'll be able to acquire from it the iris energy needed to return home.
Congratulations. With this dig, we now have 100% of the energy required to generate a wormhole home.
So now we can get out of here, right?
However, there's a 98.9% probability that once we activate the wormhole digger, Wanderers will attack base camp again. Before we begin the operation, we recommend you ensure the camp's defenses are as good as you can make them.
We are now ready for battle.
From observing you all this time, I see how much stronger you've become. All that's left to do is, well, to go out there and do it. I pray you are victorious.
You guys ready for this?
Isn't this great, Chris? Now we can go back home.
Yeah. So this will all be over soon, huh?
What are you gonna do, Miranda? Before you talked about maybe staying behind.
You're going back too, right, Captain? That being the case, so will I. I don't think I could survive by myself here. But I want to come back someday. I want to find a way to cure the Wanderers.
I see. That's something you would do.
Well, you know, I think I'll be a little sad to leave this place behind, won't you? This has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I wouldn't mind spending a little more time here either.
So I should leave you off the return manifest, Nicholas?
Oh, good gravy, I was kidding. Hey, my name better be on that thing.
Everyone, generating the wormhole home will be quite dangerous. Please stay focused until the operation is complete. Well, this is it. The home stretch.
We'll be okay going through this?
This'll take us home, right?
This isn't over yet. Keep Chris safe.
I know. You take care of yourself too.
Everyone, are you ready to defend it?
In that case, I'll start the digger.
We are victorious. Wormhole generation has surpassed 90%. The wormhole will stabilize momentarily.
I see things are going smoothly.
Gruen.
Yes. With communications open again, I wanted to talk to you. To give you all a warning.
What's that supposed to mean?
Listen to me carefully. At this rate, the wormhole is going to fail again. You must increase the digger's output immediately.
I cannot comprehend that order. If we increase the output any further, it will only attract more wanderers. Calculations show that the current output is already sufficient to generate the wormhole.
And what if those calculations are wrong? We've been looking into things here. We've discovered that unbeknownst to us, Goodluck installed a black box in Virgil. It's possible that this black box is influencing Virgil's thinking as we speak.
Now that you mention it, I did come across a data area with some crazy encryption. It's been there since she first became operational.
Goodluck has already prevented you from getting home once with his data tampering. Remember what happened. The same thing will happen again.
I would ask for Goodluck to explain himself. I'm sure he can clear up this misunderstanding.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Goodluck is dead. He committed suicide. I made my way there as soon as I heard, but his body was already cold. It wasn't just this unauthorized mission or his tampering with Virgil. We suspected him of numerous betrayals against our organization. Whatever he was after, I will not allow anyone else to suffer as a result of his actions. Let his death be the end of this foolish expedition. Am I clear? Do not listen to the AI. If you want to make it home, increase the digger's output to its maximum.
Captain, mathematically speaking, there is ample evidence to support my deduction that increasing the output will be dangerous. Do you still wish to increase the output?
I'd like to believe you, but you did see something funny going on with Virgil's program, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
If Goodluck's tricked us again, who knows what might happen this time? I think we should increase the output. You agree, right, Captain?
Are we sure this is the right move?
You don't need me anymore, do you?
we will respect your wishes, increasing wormhole digger output. I hope this decision is the best course of action for you. Sorry to keep you waiting. The wormhole activation sequence has been completed.
We did it!
Please, everyone, step into the wormhole.
So long, Captain. It has been an honor working with you. Oh no. The wormhole was stable, but I now detect energy fluctuations within it. Something is disrupting the wormhole.
Captain, look!
There is no mistaking this reading. The Lord of Dust. Captain, get to the wormhole at once. It appears as though the Lord of Dust is attracted to the digger's energy.
Hurry to the top. Under the circumstances, returning home through the wormhole is the optimum escape route.
Captain, you must hurry. You cannot let the Lord of Dust catch up to you. If it travels through the wormhole, it will likely end up in your world.
Once you have all gone through, we'll close the wormhole to prevent it from following you.
Please, you have to trust us.
I detect rising energy levels in the Lord of Dust's body cavity. It must be about to attack. You wouldn't survive a direct hit from one of those. You must get out of here.
Your destination is the top of Mother Base. I will navigate the optimal route. Head for the marker. Captain, recommend getting any closer than that. Watch out!
Looks like we're all here.
But are we really? I knew it! We are home, aren't we?
No. How? We're not home.
Where are we then?
Playing message.
Hello again, everyone. Do me a favor and don't move for a moment. Welcome to the next circle. Hate to break it to you, but your journey's not over yet. I'm sure you have plenty of new questions, but first, let's get you somewhere safe. So before I continue, if you're listening to this, it means I'm already on my way to purgatory. In other words, this is a recording, so I can't answer any of your questions. That said, I can answer one thing that's probably on your mind. Why are you back home? What did you do wrong? That's what I'd want to know. The answer is this. You didn't do anything wrong. Everything that's happened was supposed to happen. And you've ended up exactly where I wanted you to. I imagine you don't like me very much right now, and I couldn't blame you. But there's something I still need you to do. And that is, to destroy the Lord of Dust. Everything I have planned, prepared, and executed has been for this one purpose. Sending the captain to Dite, having you find others and become stronger. And now, sending you there. Because that is where you will find the weapon that can destroy it. The forward operating base you're in right now was built by the Quedaron Corps. Consider it your new base of operations. There's a survivor from the Corps somewhere in the area. Start by making contact with him. He holds the key to destroying the Lord of Dust. Oh, and please, don't blame Virgil for what happened. The events that led you to being there, this recording, neither she nor he had any knowledge of these. I know they'll continue to do whatever it takes to help you complete your mission. The emotions are probably still running high, but one day you'll understand. Understand how the fate of mankind rests on this mission, and you are the leader of this mission. I'm counting on you, Captain.
That is the end of Good Luck's message.
That son of a bitch. He's still screwing with us.
The man is dead. Get angry all you want, but what good will it do now?
What was that he meant by the fate of mankind resting on this mission?
One thing does come to mind. It has to do with why Mr. Gruen wanted you to increase the output of the digger. I suspect it was because he was trying to bring the Lord of Dust into our world.
What?
That level of output truly was unnecessary for us to return home. He likely wanted to increase its size in order for the Lord of Dust to be able to go through it.
But why would you want that?
Gruen wanted to secure a large energy source, it would seem. After all, the Lord of Dust contains a massive amount of energy, far greater than any Wanderer.
But if something like that ended up in our world?
It would pose an extremely high threat to the planet.
This is only a guess, but I think Good Luck wanted to destroy the Lord of Dust to prevent Gruen from getting his hands on it.
In that case, you really could say the fate of mankind rests on this mission.
This has got nothing to do with me.
Reeve!
As far as saving the world and Good Luck's mission goes. But it looks like we're gonna have to take out that thing in order to get home. We might not be so lucky next time it attacks.
Well, alright then, it's settled. Let's go find this Charon survivor Good Luck was talking about.
I will continue to provide mission support, assuming you all trust me.
Sorry for doubting you before. We have faith in you, Virgil. Let's make it home together.
Objective complete. Please return at once. Wormhole transporter is up and running. You can now use it to move around this area.
Captain, there is one other thing to report. We scanned the area for the communications code that was on the memory board you recovered. We've detected a device that's using it.
It may be the Charon survivor Good Luck mentioned. Head for the location where the device was detected.
I am going to make you suffer. Until you remember what pain is. Damn it! Called for help, huh?
Believed that you would come.
I've identified a wormhole transporter nearby.
Little late with your backup, huh, partner? But you were still as green as they come last time I saw you on Mother Base. Now you're a captain with your own unit? Huh. Hard to believe. Is this some kind of dream? Huh? Maybe. If it is, well, everything would make sense.
This is no dream. You are...
I am 100% awake. Right, Virgil?
You know my name?
You don't recognize me? After I found myself here, I got picked up by the Charon Corps. I was with them for a while. I met you back then too, Virgil.
Part of my internal database has been lost due to an incident of an unknown nature. I have no records of the Charon Corps' activities. This would be why I do not have information on you either.
I see. Well, the name's Seth. Nice to meet you. Again. You look like you've seen better days too. Though, hell, you only lost your memory. I'd say you and I are better off. When I think of the friends that Psycho took out.
Psycho?
Dan. You guys saw him. Guy who was screwing with me.
Dan. Internal database match for one such individual. According to records, he is a combat engineer with the Karen Corps.
Yeah. He's the reason the unit's dead. If you've been here long enough, you've probably seen the bodies. He shot every one of them.
That is incomprehensible. I can see no logical reason for such actions.
Maybe he doesn't have a reason. He's totally nuts. Maybe being in this crazy-ass place has made him that way. I've been looking for some payback after all the Corps did for me. But I got careless. And I was about to be his next victim.
Good Luck alluded to a Karen Corps survivor who holds the key to destroying the Lord of Dust. That would be you, would it?
Good Luck said that? I see. I get it. So he's entrusted you to do what we couldn't. There is, in fact, a weapon around here that'll let you go toe-to-toe with that thing. We had another mission, which was to secure this weapon. It was called Sahelanthropus.
That must be the Sahelanthropus Seth was talking about.
Let's take a closer look at it.
Get away from there! Who are you? What are you doing here? Hey, disconnect that thing, now!
Please calm down, Dan. We have a mission to destroy the Lord of Dust under Good Luck's orders.
That voice! Virgil? And you said good luck?
Dan, it is my assumption that you are now the last surviving official member of the Karen Corps. It has been claimed that you killed the other members of the Corps. Is this true?
I haven't killed anybody! If you really were Virgil, you'd know that!
As I have lost part of my memory, I am unable to verify this.
Captain, from observing his reactions thus far, he appears to be in sound mental health, contrary to what Seth said. I believe it would be worthwhile to hear his side of the story. What do you say?
Wait, you said Seth? So he is involved with this? Where is he? Tell me! Damn! I knew they were working with Wanderers!
Wanderers, you must engage them. Captain, the discrepancy between Seth and Dan's assertion hinders our ability to grasp the situation. I recommend you return to the SOB so we may discuss how to proceed from here.
So you ran into Dan again? He's lost his mind. I wouldn't put...
Virgil's analysis showed that there was nothing wrong with Dan mentally.
Judging from records, it appears that someone betrayed the Corps, and that is what led to its downfall.
And that someone is Dan.
If Virgil's analysis is correct, Seth's story runs counter to the facts. Is he actually the survivor Good Luck was talking about?
In any case, shouldn't we decide on what our next move is?
Analysis of the data we collected on Sahelanthropus reveals it does in fact possess a powerful armament. If we're able to get it working, we just might be able to use it to destroy the Lord of Dust.
Just like I said. See? I'm not lying.
Well, since we don't know who's telling the truth, why don't we secure it ourselves for now? It'd be dangerous to leave it there anyway.
I don't want to believe either of them's working against us, but the way things are, I think that's a good idea.
All right then, it's settled. Looking forward to seeing Sahelanthropus back here, Captain.
Sorry, Seth, but until we know what's going on, we gotta keep an eye on you.
Do as you please, but I am not your enemy. You of all people know that. Right, partner?
Originally, I was going to use it to transport
Transport Sahelanthropus?
to destroy the Lord of Dust, of course. That son of a bitch attacked us. Killed a bunch of us. Thinking back on it, I bet you Seth was responsible for that. He tried to split us apart all along. Sahelanthropus's railgun is the only thing left in this place that can damage the Lord of Dust's shell. I was gonna use it myself. Maybe help the others rest a little easier, you know?
Setting aside whatever you have planned, we'd be grateful if you'd let us use this program.
So who's gonna go with the captain?
I'll go in ahead, check things out. If everything looks good, I'll get as close to base camp as I can. Once I'm in position, Captain, you distract Seth for me. Then I'm gonna put that bastard down. We gotta save Chris. And Virgil, of course.
Reeve? Please be safe.
This is Reeve. I've arrived near base camp. Come on through when you're ready, Captain. He won't know what hit him.
So you've decided to join us? Very well. We welcome you. Don't be afraid. Soon, you will know. Know just how very small and lonely human existence has been. Join us. Paradise is here. Come with us.
safe. Now let that son of a bitch have it.
I will be here to back you up, and it's a privilege to do so.
Has been seriously wounded. Now finish him off, for his sake as well as ours.
The captain's awake.
Captain, try to remain calm as I update you. After you lost consciousness, I did a full examination on you. It is apparent that the unknown life form, the dread dust, which was inactive within you, has been reactivated through contact with Seth. At this rate, in the not-too-distant future, you will likely turn into a wanderer. There is only one way to stop the infection from spreading, and that is to destroy the Lord of Dust, the source of all dread dust.
Seems so.
I say we kill this captain, or at least we should lay a strict watch.
Hey, now hold on. The captain saved all of us. If it wasn't for the captain, we would have been dead a long time ago. We can't just...
You want to see someone you care that much about turn into one of those things?
I don't think we need to eliminate, or even lock up, the captain.
Why do you say that?
Because I believe in the captain.
Well, belief isn't gonna stop an infection. If we do let the captain continue to lead us, we need to establish how much time we have.
In that case, I can present a figure. The captain has 12 days remaining. The same amount of time it will take the infection to overwhelm me.
You're infected? Why didn't you tell us?
Allow me to explain this part. At one point while I was participating in the Karen Corps' mission, I became infected with the dread dust, and it began to spread within me. At that time, I temporarily quarantined all of my networks to protect myself. I rewrote my programming to enable infected areas and non-infected areas to function independently. As a result, my awareness was divided into two, and this personality was born.
Why are you only telling us this now? Did Good Luck orchestrate this confession too?
No. Like the captain, when we came into contact with Seth, our countermeasures were disabled, and the dread dust began to spread once more. This resulted in my independent networks being rejoined, and my records of the Karen Corps' mission were restored. At the same time, I was able to access all information Seth, that is, the dread dust, possesses. Dita does not exist in a dimension separate from your own. This is your world. This is its future. This is Earth in the 22nd century. Everything exists within a single timeline. Beginning several decades after your lifetimes, the world has been destroyed over and over. The cause of this time loop is the monster we know as the Lord of Dust. The Lord of Dust appears to be an aggregate of dread dust. To satisfy the dust's instinct to propagate, the Lord of Dust uses a wormhole to travel to the past, where it assimilates everything it can, thus destroying the world. Continuing to exist in that world, the Lord of Dust then travels back to the past through another wormhole, repeating the process. In this way, the world is trapped in endless cycles of destruction. From analyzing the memories of the dread dust, it appears its origin can in fact be traced to the invention of medical nanomachines. However, how many cycles ago the dust emerged, that is unclear. The only way to stop this process is to destroy the Lord of Dust. Fortunately, of all the temporal axes in which the Lord of Dust exists, the one in this time is the weakest in terms of its energy stores. Given the state it is in right now, if we use Sahelanthropus's armament, namely the Archaea blades and the railgun together, it is theoretically possible to destroy it. However, the destruction of the Lord of Dust will have one negative effect. Assuming the cause of all loops is the Lord of Dust, there is an extremely high probability that its destruction will mean the coordinates for the wormhole connecting this time and your time will no longer be valid. In other words, destroying it may mean you will never be able to return to your time.
No.
But please, you needn't worry. I won't let that happen to you. If you prepare the weapons for the attack, then once you have all traveled through the wormhole back to your time, I can destroy the Lord of Dust myself.
But, in that case, you'd be trapped here forever, wouldn't you? Virgil? Virgil!
Massive gravitational anomaly detected. Oh my. My presumption is, this is the Lord of Dust itself preparing to generate a wormhole for time travel.
At some point, it will likely come to attack our base of operations, that is, base camp, as currently our presence is the one thing that can stop it from achieving its goal. Estimated time of attack is 11 days from now. Exactly 1 day before the infection will overwhelm the captain and me.
You must finish your preparations to intercept the Lord of Dust before then. The railgun will only require some standard repairs, but the issue is the other weapons needed to strike at the Lord of Dust, the Archaea blades.
The greater part of these weapons systems are dependent on the actions of a special group of organisms called the metallic Archaea. However, these metallic Archaea have had to alter their composition in order to survive in an environment now full of dread dust. Therefore, the Archaea blades cannot function with their existing control program. So with the metallic Archaea having adapted in composition, in order to use these weapons, we're going to have to modify their control program.
That won't be a problem. Other members of the Corps were working on that. Looks like all the time we put into Sahelanthropus wasn't a waste after all.
Where are they right now? Sorry. That was thoughtless of me.
It's alright. They got taken out by wanderers. I was away working on something else. I know where they were. I'll pass on the information to Virgil. Oh, it's you. We have a bit of a problem here. The program modifications were never finished. I'll play around with it, see if I can get it working. But my area of expertise is hardware. Might not want to get your hopes up.
Mind if I take a look at it?
Huh? You think you can fix this, kid?
Hang on. I need to take a look first. Yeah, I think I can work with this.
Well, I'll be. Kid, you are something else. All right. We'll leave the Archaea blades to Chris. I'll get the railgun working. Wait till that thing gets a load of this. Captain, we'll prepare the weapon. In the meantime, go get the energy we need to return home. You should find some information about the location of new singularity areas close to the FOB in the memory board you secured.
Objective complete. Please return at once. I can report to you that the Lord of Dust has begun its move toward base camp. This is earlier than expected. Let's go over the details of the operation one more time.
First, place the Archaea blade trap in the projected movement area. Lead the target into the trap, which will prevent it from moving. Then destroy it with the railgun.
While the plan is by no means perfect, we are forced to act now.
I do have a bit of good news. The kid did it. He completed the defense support program. The Corps had some theories about it, but it was too complex, and they gave up on implementing it. With this, we'll be able to take units the Corps prepared and send them in around the trap. Should come in handy for the battle.
That is fantastic. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of flesh.
That's not a proverb either. Oh, forget it.
Captain, the final battle is at hand. Onwards to victory. Finally, the big showdown. Is everyone ready?
Are you sure we should be doing this? Is it right for us to be returning home like this if it means letting Virgil make this sacrifice after helping us get to this point in the first place?
I appreciate your concern, but my mission has been to support you. Please, do not worry about us. You should return to your time.
I agree with Miranda. While I was working on the Archaea blade trap and doing some circuit tests with Virgil, I realized something. Their infection has probably progressed more than they realize. At this rate, it may affect their ability to control the trap. Someone needs to stay behind to help them out.
That won't be necessary.
Actually, after running a systems check just now, I think Chris may have a point. Currently, the odds of operational success stand at approximately 9.3%.
See? I'll stay behind. I know more about programming than anyone here.
Now hold up. If that's the situation, I'll stay. I lost everyone in the core. I didn't care if I made it back. The only thing that kept me going was getting a shot at burying that thing. And I'm no Chris here, but I still know more than a thing or two about machines.
That does it. I'm staying too.
Have you lost your mind? How could you possibly contribute under the circumstances?
It's true. I don't know much about machines, but I thought, you know, maybe an old-timer like you might need his back cracked or something. I don't know.
Oh, for the love of...
I'm serious here. You guys mean a lot to me. Everything we've been through. No way I could leave any of you behind while I take off like that. I'll be your errand boy. Whatever you need. Just let me help out with this too.
Well, I can hardly leave now after that either, can I? Of course, I've been wanting to stay behind since the beginning.
You guys are serious about this? From that expression, looks like you feel the same way, huh, Captain? Damn it. Virgil, what are the odds of success now?
Now, the odds of success stand at 96.6%.
Let's make that 100%.
So you will let me?
No, Chris. You're going home.
Why? I'm one of you guys too.
And for that reason, you have an important mission.
What's this?
A device containing data on the wormhole technology. Truth is, I was planning to take it back myself. And one day we'd find a way to rescue you and everyone else who was still here. Unlike these guys, I don't plan on spending the rest of my life here. Someday I will make it home. I place that hope in you, Chris. You're the smartest one here. I'm counting on you. The future is in your hands.
Okay.
Everyone, I want to thank you for your help. All right, commencing operation. Generating wormhole.
You want to rethink this? Now's the time.
You wait until now to say that?
Can you two lovebirds save it for later?
Same for you and your lectures, old man. Okay, everybody ready?
Here it comes!
Now everyone get back to Mother Base.
Blade trap until it has captured the Lord of Dust.
It's do or die here. We'll do everything in our power to back you up. If the trap is destroyed, the world's cycle of destruction will only continue. It's all up to you, Captain. Process complete. Now finish it off with the railgun. Final battle. Let's go.
Dread dust infection has surpassed 70%. I can no longer acquire the target by myself.
Captain, you'll have to do it for us.
Aim for where its shell is thinnest. That's where it's the weakest. Just a moment. I'm still getting energy readings from the Lord of Dust.
It's doing something! Look! That wormhole!
What's going on?
Everyone, listen up. There is only one way to defeat the Lord of Dust. After running an analysis on the phenomenon we've witnessed just now, one significant problem has come to light.
The Dread Dust didn't begin their existence as organic life. Therefore, they have no concept of death. They began as nanomachines. As long as they have no concept of their own death, they will not cease to function. This appears to be the reason why it has been impossible to destroy them.
I'm just gonna ask you point blank. Is there really a way to beat this thing?
Yes, but before I elaborate, please listen to this.
We don't have time for this shit.
We don't have time for this shit. I can almost hear Reeve when this message starts. I can empathize, because I'm sure you're still in the middle of the battle. But I need you to listen to me. This really will be my final message to you. Consider it my last will and testament. First of all, Reeve, before I continue, I have to apologize to you.
We really don't have time for this. Captain, try hitting it with the railgun again. We can't...
I let you down. I spent 30 years trying, but in the end, I couldn't get you out of that place. Please forgive me.
Let me down. No. You're Chris?
I remember it like it was yesterday. That day, 30 years ago. When the captain got me to the wormhole above base camp and I made it home. But I couldn't have expected what happened next. Instead of going back to 1980, I ended up in Philadelphia in 1943. In the skies above the USS Eldridge. Wardenclyffe section hadn't been around that long, and this was their first full-blown test of the wormhole teleportation. And so I, descending from the skies, became the greatest achievement of the Philadelphia experiment. For the next several years, I was the section's little plaything. But over time, I rose to the rank of researcher and gained more influence in the section. And what supported my research was the device that you, Reeve, gave to me. I quickly became one of the leading scientists in my field. But most of my work was simply me recreating what I'd seen on the device. It wasn't because I was smarter than anyone else. I discovered absolutely nothing. But I was fine with that. I wasn't after fame or fortune. I wanted to atone for what I had done to all of you. What I had done to the world. Thus, the gates of hell were flung open. Though my own personal hell wasn't D-Day, but back here, in reality. For 30 years, I have sacrificed everything to prepare. All these preparations for this one fleeting moment. When you hear this, the Lord of Dust will likely have already opened his door to the past. Captain, it's all up to you and the others. History, the survival of mankind depends on whether or not you can pull this off. I'm counting on you, heroes without names. The future is in your hands.
That is Good Luck's final message.
Chris.
Virgil, tell me something. How do we destroy this thing?
There is only one way.
I must become one with the Lord of Dust and reveal the concept of death to all Dread Dust.
Once this has happened, fire the railgun at the Lord of Dust and me.
Seth, a human being, understood death, the Dread Dust that infected him. Because it was so dependent on the properties of its host, when Seth's body was destroyed, so was the dust within him. I will do the same thing to the Lord of Dust.
But Virgil, if you do that, you'll...
I am ready for that.
Do you even understand what death is?
At the very least, I have developed my own interpretation of it.
I have spent a long time with the Karen Corps, the captain, and all of you. Journeyed with you, fought alongside you. I have realized that your existence is fragile and fleeting. And while the Dread Dust was eating away at me, I became aware of a concept. an aversion to my existence coming to an end. This could even be called fear. Existence is finite, life is precious, and death is sorrowful. Captain, is my understanding correct? Then I think we have a plan. This truly will be the final battle. The meaning of life, the reason for death, the value of existence. I will teach these to the dust. I will teach them everything I learned having to survive in this world with all of you. I am ready to do this.
We leave the rest of the work to you.
There is no more time.
Goodbye, everyone.
I designated myself as the target. You must do the rest. I truly enjoyed the time we spent together.
You're not alone. Whatever the pain, we'll get through it together. You can do this, Captain.
Thank you, Captain. I am grateful from the bottom of my heart for your resolve.
My mission is to support you. To help you is my desire.
Back to camp. Let's go home.
Operational Support Program, Virgil AT-9, reboot complete. Revealing the concept of death to the Lord of Dust was a success. However, I myself survived the process. Though the destructive power of the railgun was extraordinary, as you can see, it didn't destroy me. It appears my body was built with the same materials used to construct nuclear blast shelters. According to my analysis, it was designed this way in case of nuclear war. This was quite a surprise. Also, the dread dust that had infected us has ceased functioning. As a result, my personalities have merged into one. So I should be able to provide you with firmer guidance from here on. Getting home may turn out to be a long paddle, but as they say, Captain, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Explain yourself. According to you, a massive wormhole would appear over Mother Base during the battle with XOF.
Forgive me. It would appear I made a miscalculation.
Whatever it was, I have to report this to the section. This isn't the first time you've crossed the line with your initiatives. They're going to come down on you hard, I imagine. Better prepare yourself.
Fine by me. History was changed. Thank you, heroes without names. And thank you, Captain. But this isn't the end. Now it's my turn to fight. I will get you all out of that place. And then I continue to keep watch. To ensure that technology run amok cannot destroy the world again. This time, we will build a better future.